Cheers, folks. Hey, what's up, everyone? James from Junkyard Fox. Thank you so much for joining me. And I know we've been pretty slow in the channel lately. Down here in the Southwest, we've been bombarded with dust storms and strong winds. It still will be windy today, but it will be bearable. At least I hope it is. So I'm up here in the beautiful Aguirre Springs Campground in New Mexico, one of my favorite places to camp. And we're going to be having a relaxing overnighter today. So, of course, setting up my shelter. We're going to be cooking up some Cajun red beans and rice and sipping on some whiskey. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. Let's get started. Well, everyone, this is going to be home for the night. Not the prettiest shelter you've ever seen, but it'll work just fine. So once again, this is the One Wind Emergency Cape Shelter or something along those lines. I'll annotate down below what it's called. I've only used it once before. I used it back in November for a fishing trip, and it worked just fine. As you can tell, it's meant to be something like an emergency type shelter. Now, I am also using in conjunction a bug net. As you can tell, that they're not exactly compatible. I'll get into that. But last time I camped here during springtime, I woke up cuddling with a centipede. Normally, wildlife does not bug me, but centipedes are the only creature that give me the heebie-jeebies. So I'd rather not do that again. So I did improvise using a bug net. Now, the bug net is designed like a pyramid, where the shelter is only half the pyramid. So that's why it's all floppy in there. But, I mean, it's not the prettiest thing, but once again, I don't have to worry about centipedes. Other than that, I have my two sleeping pads, sleeping bag, pillow, and wool blanket over here. So I think I'm going to be snug as a bug in there. And I did use a yucca stalk up here in the middle to prop it up. And then you use some kind of cushion. So I'm using my bandana just so the movement isn't getting the edges of the yucca to start scratching up on the material. I did kind of soften them up with the blade, kind of round out the edge of that stalk, but still, I'd rather just play it safe. So, once again, other than some gusts of wind, I don't think we're expecting any crazy weather, so I should be just fine in my shelter. Good stuff. Well, everyone, I've already set up my shelter. I've already put all the bedding in there. I've already unloaded all the gear and brought it over here to the canopy, and I've already gotten our tinder bundle ready to go. Now, the sun does not set till another 2.5 hours from now, so it's still pretty hot. I'd be a fool to get the fire going right now. So I have plenty of time. For the first time in my life, I have plenty of time to relax while filming a video. So I'm going to unwind right now and have a cold one. So, as always, thank you so much for joining me, folks. Appreciate all the love and support. Cheers, folks. Thank you for joining me, as always. That's the good stuff. All right, so I'm not going to party too hard. I only brought 3 tall boys and a little flask of whiskey. I'll show that later on. But yeah, I mean, to get the fire going right now, I'd be a fool. So I'm just relaxing right now. I'm just going to unwind and just relax. So, of course, having myself a cold one, sitting in the shade. I did bring, of course, I'm still testing the Snake Eater from Bear Forest Knives. Beautiful blade, by the way. I really love it. I love the fact that, that patina's coming in. I don't think you could see it through this angle. But yeah, there's definitely a patina coming in on the blade. And of course, this is going to help me getting some red beans and rice going. Okay, now we just need our char cloth. All right, let's try this out. My hand is still a little wonky, so I still kind of struggle with strength. Let's try this out. Got it. Oh man, that's spreading quickly. All right, here we go. You can see me. All right, let's do this. There we go. So I'm getting the fire nice and hot for a good bed of coals. Now it's time to start cooking up our dinner. Now, in my infinite wisdom, I brought dirty rice as opposed to red beans and rice. I'm not sure what the difference is. I've never eaten dirty rice before, but it's still Cajun, so I'm sure I'm just going to enjoy it. We're just going to work everything as if I just had red beans and rice, and we will see from there. So, read your labels before you pack up and leave the house. So, anyway, so we have some hot smoked sausage, jalapenos, some celery, and some garlic. So, time to break out that Snake Eater. Start chopping up the sausage and the veggies so we can just brown them out a little bit before we go ahead and toss this in with some water. And nice and simple meal. Oh yeah. All right, so that's been browning out for about 10-15 minutes already, so let's put in some water. This recipe asked for 2.5 cups. I'm just gonna eyeball it. Probably gonna put a little bit more than usual just because I added so much ingredients extra. And first time making dirty rice. I'm not sure I've ever had that before. So honestly, I don't know. We're about to find out today. Damn, that fire's hot. Well, this looks like it's good to go. All right. So this is my bastardized dirty rice, but it has jalapenos, a spicy sausage, garlic, and celery. I didn't put any spices because I don't know what to expect from the dirty rice. I've never eaten it before, so I'd rather just eat it as is, and then I'll make some adjustments in case it's like bland or something. So, time to eat. It's good. Tastes very similar to the Zatarain's jambalaya as well, so pretty much just tastes the same. I'm very partial to Cajun food, as I've said before, so I knew I was gonna like it anyway. So, good thing I was hungry. Now, another thing I need is a nice cold beer, so I just opened the second one. But, once again, dinner time. Mm-hmm. All right, so we are getting the fire going. It is starting to get a little chilly. It is still springtime, so the nights still do get a little cool, especially up here. Up in the mountains, we are in higher elevation, so it does get cool here generally. But yeah, nice and relaxing. The winds have calmed down. There's really no one that I'm aware of, other campers in this area. So nice and relaxing. I already ate my food. I forgot to show you guys my little layout. This is the little, of course, the little canopy picnic area. Of course, I have all my gear over there, and then I have my ice chest over there. And yeah, just time to relax, time to just unwind. Just finished eating, and finishing my second beer. So yeah, nice and relaxing. And you may hear some mooing. There's some free range cattle in the area. So I already finished my 3 beers, but I did bring a little bit of extra hooch. I just wanted to show you guys something really cool. This was a gift from Keith Titanium. This is their titanium um, flask. And this one's a one-of-a-kind one with the Junkyard Fox skull logo. Now, I know right now light isn't that good, so I may not get a lot of details, but I mean, that thing looks incredible. All the little details on the canines and the molars, and I really like that. And big thank you to them. I'm very grateful. Now, admittedly, I do live in a hot place, so I am more of a beer drinker, as much as I wish I wasn't. But, of course, I won't say no to a good little flask. And I did decide to fill this up with some Silver Star. So Silver Star is as far as I'm aware, kind of like a new bourbon company in Texas. They make it with Texas rainwater, and it's really good stuff. I mean, it's like $24 for a bottle, and it's like fantastic hooch. Like, I mean, they could easily sell their stuff for double the price, which I'm assuming they will pretty soon. So I'm taking advantage, and yeah, I filled this up. So as always, bottoms up, everyone, and big thank you to Keith Titanium. That's some good fire water right there. Goes down smooth. Well, everyone, it's about midnight, so I'm pretty beat. I'm ready to call it a day. I did get here very early today, and so I did take like 3 or 4 sips of the flask, but by no means is it even close to halfway or anything like that. I was just very tired, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a night, and I hope I don't have to pee because getting in and out of this damn bug net is very annoying. So I just want to zip this up and be done with it. So I'm gonna get some rest, and I'll see you guys for some coffee tomorrow morning. See you then. Good morning, everyone. That's some good Copico right there. Well, I slept great. I fell asleep around midnight and I woke up around 7. Throughout that night, I was pretty good. I was pretty comfortable. I fell asleep right away. Once the sun rose, then I started kind of getting a little uncomfortable. So, you know what? This tarp is not meant to be an all-encompassing shelter like a tent. It's not going to come close to that. This is more of like an emergency if you had to, stay the night out here while hiking or something like that. And so because of that, it's exposed in one side. Once that sun rose, I was just baking in there. And so then I'm trying to kind of like move around to the other side where it's cooler. But with that bug net, you feel like a fish in a net. You're just kind of trapped in there. And so that was bugging me. I didn't bring a breakfast. I didn't bring in materials to make breakfast. But I did bring me a calorie mate, actually. So I'll eat that. So this is a calorie mate. If you've seen Metal Gear Solid, if you played the Metal Gear Solid games, you know what this is. So, I've been eating these. They're kind of like a good emergency type of ration. They're pretty good, and they're not overly sweet. So I'm going to have me one, and then once I leave out of here, I'll probably stop at this little mom-and-pop restaurant down the road that's pretty good. So, oh, man. All right, well, good thing I brought my knife. So let me just cut this. There we go. And yeah, just have me a little energy boost right here with the calorie mate. And other than that, just a beautiful morning. Oh, also another thing. I love this hat. I love all my felt hats, this one and the more cowboy style one. But it's getting warm to the point, yesterday's adventure and this morning while I'm moving around, that I'm probably going to have to put this bad boy away for the next couple of months because it's just getting way too hot to wear it. So probably starting tomorrow, I'm hanging this one up on the wall and going to break out my straw hat, my rinky-dink straw hat that's not as pretty, but it's much lighter, it's much cooler. There's a lot more ventilation on the top, so I'll probably be doing that. So say goodbye to this bad boy for a while. So I got a little carried away. I decided I wanted to do more sketching this year, more drawing. So since we're letting go of this hat for the next couple of months, I decided to use it as my model here. And I'm still very rusty. I haven't drawn in a long time, but overall I think I did okay. So, yeah, not too bad. Well, everyone, that's about it for me. I'm all packed up and ready to go. I'm ready to get to the city. I'm cooking out here, and I'm ready to get to that mom and pop joint as well. I'm ready for some breakfast. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I know this was a very calm, relaxing car camping overnighter. Stay tuned for next week. I'm going to be camping with Cuervo, and we're going to be going a little bit more minimalist, more bushcrafty. But I hope you enjoyed it. I had a great time out here. So if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Comment down below if you have any questions, comments, suggestions. And I'll see you guys next week with another video. All right. Now go outside and get your boots dirty.